Good morning. Good, whatever it is for you. It's Friday as we record, and we're just going to have a little self-care on the mat this day and just find the fluidity in our body, vitalizing movements. Thank you, David, and some inspiration. So we'll start with the breath. Inspiration, spirit breath coming in. And the expiration, the exhaling, the emptying out as we move into the dark moon and then the new moon on Monday. So find yourself a seat on the earth, on your mat. And one of my favorite, very simple, vitalizing movements here to just begin to awaken us into the body is moving in spirals in the seat. Probably you know that because we do that a fair amount. But yeah, let's go into that a bit. Where's the block go? How about there? Okay, so circling, just circling. Just using these circles first to investigate. So they don't have to be any certain speed or direction, maybe even switch directions. And just let this be more of investigative movement than trying to do or get anything out of it, except noticing where you're at right now, how the hips feel, how are your knees, high knees, how's the spine, shoulders, head, neck, how's your breath, we invite fluidity. It's in there, just waiting for our attention. That ground substance of the fascial fluid. As we move, we begin to stimulate its transition from a gel substance into a fluid substance. So just imagining into that, see if you can literally feel it, the fascia like a web, this kind of it's our connective tissue, as you probably know, and it's like a web. And so all those little spaces between the lines in the web are full with this fluid. And it's well when we're not moving a lot, just order in the shape that we want to move. We re-inform the body. We remind ourselves about all the other ways there are to be. So good morning, body. Curiosity with wonder for this. Let's play with some little spiraling in our seat beyond that. So a twist, if you will. Inhale, reach the arms up, wiggle up out of the waist. And then as you exhale, let's spiral. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, root down, push down strongly, lengthen up. And exhale, squeeze low belly, low back together in the twist. Again, every inhale, root to rise. And exhale, squeeze to midline, ring out. And please just stay there as you like. Or I'm going to invite you to add a side bend to this. Reach the back arm up and over. And then unwind and walk your hands forward and give your hips a little wiggle wag there. There's the bee here stuck on a little clump of hair. Kitten hair. Go bee, be free. Oops. All right, and let's walk back. Inhale up, wiggle up out of the waist. I think it's a wavy day for me. I'm feeling all this fluidity we're inviting, just wanting to keep going. Lift and length spiral. Land, press down, inhale tall, and exhale, squeeze to center. Look behind, draw shoulder down. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, squeeze. And stay as you back side bend, back arm up and overreach. Breathe into that opening. And stay with that as you like, or unwind. Walk your hands forward. Watch out for yellow jackets. And press your hips back. Relax your neck. Ah. Big inhale there. As you exhale, lift from your navel and drape on up. Root to rise. Press into the earth. Open wide and gather up. Reach to the sky. And exhale, center and focus. Bringing awareness down through the mind and mind down into the heart. Imagine into yourself, if you will, a clear channel for life. And if you don't feel so clear, maybe will a bit more by the end of this practice. Because indeed it is our true nature. We are all forces of nature, clear channels for life, lifing itself to us, through us, and as us. Sometimes when we think like, oh, I just don't have the energy for that, we can intentionally ground into earth and open to sky. And remember that all of the energy that we have is infinite, universal energy. And what we really, really need, we'll be able to call in. And sometimes we just have to sleep, where we let go of our defenses, our tensions, and allow ourselves to be breathed and our minds to quiet, and therefore the energy to just take over. One way or another, we are relating to the infinite energy of the universal. And as it moves through our bodies, we have the power to direct it with our minds, with our practices, with our vibrations, our words, our actions. How would we choose to direct the energy of our life force, of that life force of the universe that is offered to this manifestation of consciousness in this lifetime? See it, breathe it, create your sankalpa strong with image or mantra or both. It could even just be color, flavor. May all of our effort and energy be for the greatest good, for ourselves and for all beings. May all beings be joyous and free and safe from harm, including the being of our great planet Earth. Giving thanks for our senses today, feeling our connection, our place in things, sensing what is needed, how to care for that. Exhale and pour the breath out. Inhale your heart's yes, if you will. Join me. 3 great ohms, plugging into that vibration of consciousness. Consciously, of course. So I want to play a little bit with a couple different breath practices today. One will be the Tumo breathing, also known as Wim Hof breathing, or very relative to Bastrika in the yogic practice. And the other one, this breath that is for relaxing the nervous system. So these can go good hand in hand if the practice of the breath or the physical practice or life gets too intense for you. One way to quick down temper the nervous system is to use this echo inhalation breath. So we use the echo exhalation breath sometimes to clear and empty out extra because we're usually our body, has innate wisdom, so it usually is holding a little more breath even when we exhale. So that's a good cleansing breath. But this one's an echo inhale, and we do through the nose. Let's just try a few of those and maybe pause after each one and see if you can sense how it affects your nervous system. Maybe right away. I do, but doesn't mean you do. You don't have to. Yeah, I often feel I only need to do that even once and I could kind of take a nap. Like there's this deflating that happens in a good way. So there's that. Your questions, your comments, welcome on that. I want to take what I feel like is my dear friend and give him thanks for that. Andrew Huberman of the Huberman Labs. He's got a great podcast that is neuroscience, and just I have been listening to these podcasts, which is like taking this course on neuroscience for all year now, a few times a week at least, and learning so much. So that breath is from him, and I highly recommend the podcast. Plug for Andrew Huberman there. And then the Wim Hof or tumor breath, speed is crawling around my mat. And let's go into that. You're welcome to sit for this. If you want to begin to really stoke those inner fires, you could add core to it. I may mention that possibility again, but maybe for the first one, you lie down, unless you're totally comfortable in your seat. Otherwise, full recline. Again, very helpful to keep the knees bent, feet on the earth. This is nice to just kind of ground the nervous system through the low back, release low back stuff. And we're not as much like we're laying down to take a nap when the knees are bent. So you do what's right for you. I'm going to keep my knees bent for just that alertness that it affords me. And you could bring the hands to the body or just let them rest at the sides. So this is a pretty intensive breath that is going to create epinephrine, which is adrenaline in the body, and cortisol. So cortisol is what wakes us up in the morning. It's a beneficial hormone when it's not in the wrong time or all the time or too much. So it's what wakes us up. It's what gets us going. It's what brings us to the mat. It's what keeps us going through practice. So we can really use that cortisol and adrenaline to boost our immunity, to heal ourselves, to get stuff done. And of course, when there's too much of it, or it's too also take away from our immune system and our wellness. So if you are more in a maybe stick with just steady, deep breathing, or even play with that echo inhalation that we just played with, steady exhale. Otherwise, we're going to do a few sets, or at least a couple here, of the Tumo breathing or Wim Hof breathing. So that's going to be a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Both of them have some intensity and force in them. The amount of it is up to you. If you're on your moon, you just ate, or you have high blood pressure, or you're pregnant, it's much slower. Sorry if you already know all this stuff and you're sitting through all the directions, but these things are important. So thank you for your patience. Yeah, so let's go like this again at your pace. Five. Hold the breath out, empty, empty, empty. Lift pelvic floor, lift the knee. Make like a lock or container around emptiness. Hold out. Keep with that hold out. Come to, once you need to, just let that inhale rush in. Okay, so you can continue to just lie down. If you want to challenge this with some core work, you can hold a low boat and do the same thing. We're doing about 30 breaths. They're strong inhales with forced exhales that are a little longer than your inhales. So in the nose, out the mouth. If you have questions about the in nose, out mouth, in or out the mouth, there's different that do all of them. So at any point if the lift too much of inhale, fill up, fill up, fill up. If you'd like, add a bridge. Squeeze shoulders, lift hips, press into heels, squeeze glutes, lift up, hold breath in and in, lift, 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 and breathe. Hold maybe 10, 15 seconds. When we're holding poses, the holds of the breath or even the work of the more difficult, engage. Muscles are using that oxygen energy. They're using energy that otherwise could just, we could be at ease with the breathing. So it's right for you. It's pretty advanced, but so are you all who are present today to do breath practice in the physical forms. Usually it's recommended you're just lying down and you're supported in your poses for the beginnings of learn breath practice and practicing. Of course, hold only as long as you're relatively comfortable too. No forcing, no blocking out. And then release the body, release the form, and lay down and rest your hands and just feel your breath. Notice that aliveness. If it feels too anxious in any way, or just for curiosity of our practice today, you could try that echo inhale. See if that calms you a bit. Of course, it's not going to calm you as much once you've just intentionally created cortisol and epinephrine, adrenaline, same thing. Please stay as you like, rest as needed. When you're ready, just roll to one side. Please take your time. Push into that top hand. Keep your neck soft and drape up. Let's make our way back into child's pose. So we're looking to just cleanse ourselves today with this movement into dark moon and this end of summer here, just some emptying out. And as is the time we are in, a great revelatory time of noticing what's underneath, what's been hidden, what's stagnant, what's weighing us down. May it be moved and dispelled by our practice, or just be revealed to be seen and felt fully as needed. May our practice bring us what is needed. May we trust that whatever arises is what is needed. Please stay as you are, pressing back in child's pose, or add some work for the shoulders. Maybe rotate your palms up and keep going, thumbs towards the earth. Breathe into that rotation in your shoulders. Stay with that, or bring the hands together. You could go palms together, or even back of the hands together if that rotation felt good. Whoops, looks like I had my head a little far off the mat today. It's full of redwood duff. Okay, some have bad hair for the rest of class. Just saying, I know that already. And we're gonna get all the redwood duff and foxtails out of my hair, or at least some of them. All right, so pressing back in child's pose. Sorry I'm saying so much when your head is down. I do want you to be good. Bring him back body. Breathe your connection to earth. Sense into what's happening in your shoulders. And simply breathful here, or ease few rounds as you connect to earth and to your subconscious, to your intention, your place in this great web of life. We're going to be on the knees a bit, hands forward and as wide as the shoulders. Inhale and press your hips back and keep the arms extended out front. We're going to ripple through knees, chest, and chin and slide open into cobra, extending the legs back, and then exhale back into child's pose. Inhale there, and as you exhale, lead from the navel, knees, chest, chin, and open up forward, cobra, and back, child's pose. That could also be more of an up dog as you ripple through. Keep that going, or next time you come to the back, pause as long as you like, or begin to draw hip circles. Hips way out one side, chest forward to the hands, hips way out to the other side and back. Big, big circles. At the back, switch directions. Toes under, stretch back, pressing into the feet. Inhale, roll the toes under, come to sit on your heels. And let's breathe into our souls. Inhale, arms up. Tongue to chin, eyes to sky, long breath. You might add that I love you mudra if you're feeling it, sending out some fierce love into the world. One more. Wee. Roll those shoulders out. Press back into hands and knees. This time, hands under the shoulders, knees under hips. And inhale, open cow. And exhale, round cat with your breath. Neutral spine, strong core, right knee opens to the side, big hip circles. I'd say if there's just one most vitalizing movement, switch directions. If there's just one most vitalizing movement, it would be that cat-cow, whether it's in your seat with the pull on the knees and the press rounding. It's that and flow of the spine, that creating waves in the spine. Inhale, foot to sky. Exhale, knee to nose, bring the foot forward. This creating waves in the spine, creating fluidity, cerebrospinal fluid, interstitial fluid, freshly oxygenated blood. Such stuff happens from that. So that. Rest your head here, head heavy. Rest your chest and shoulder on the thigh. Stay with that as you like, nice and mellow, or as inspired, build it up. Come strong onto the fingertips. Draw the shoulder blades down the back and reach your heart forward. Follow any inhale to stretch that back knee, heel up, hip, thigh back, heel back, all of it. Heart forward, long spine. Squeeze to center, pull that front hip back and reach the fingers forward, long side body. Inhale, open, arm face chest. Reach back, heavy bottom ear, and flowing through big circles. As you move through that circle, where are the sticky spots for you? Maybe go a little slower and feel into that and even kind of wiggle or whatever feels good there. Rotate. Stay circle, keep circling, or come to rest once again. Bring your hands or forearms down inside the front leg into lizard lunge. Power into your lunge, lifting the back knee, reaching the heel, or bring the hands or forearms down to the earth. So, softening this pose as needed to rest and be with what breathfully it or pulsing it to find what else is there. Notice what's asking for attention by way of sensation. And follow any inhale to come up onto the hands if you're not. Back heel up. Squeeze inner thighs together and float that front leg back, plank pose. Let's take pause in plank. Options, of course, you could have your knees down. You could come back into child's pose. Otherwise, some muscular activation here. Pull hands and knees towards one another. Reach the heels out, tailbone out through the heels, navel up towards your heart. Ears in line with shoulders, heart soft, core strong, and just feel that aliveness in your body. Notice the difference in the sides. Coming to get you. Up and back, down dog. Stretch it out. Relax your neck. Again, notice the difference in the sides. Movement of energy. Sense into what you've done, what you're doing. Inhale and stretch back. Exhale and ripple forward onto your knees and hands. Pull hands and knees towards one another. Again, engage strongly into the core. And let's open that left knee out to the side. Big hip circles. Switch directions. And then kick that foot to the ceiling. What ceiling? And then exhale, knee to the nose, curl in, shift forward a bit. Bring that foot forward. Again, you could rest on that front thigh with your chest and shoulder and let the head hang. Relax your neck. Stay as you need or desire to be breathful, present for whatever is arising. Or as inspired, build it up. Back toes under, lift the knees, squeeze those inner thighs together, and pull back that left outer hip, your medial glute, and reach forward with the fingers long side body extension. And follow your breath, arm vinyasa, reaching back, flowing through. And again, maybe slow it down enough to notice where the resistance is, where it's most sensational or sticky or whatever. And give it some breath, give it some wiggle, some rotation on its own, what's there, what wants attention. And again, stay and play with any of with your circles, or bring the hands or forearms down inside the front leg. Back knee up or down, pulsing in and out, or resting at your edge here. Smell of lemon tree flowers. Sensation eyes. The deliciousness of clear breaths. And please stay there longer if you like. Excuse me. Or follow any inhale onto the hands. And lift the back knee. Squeeze to the core. And send that front leg back. Plank pose. Again, I want to invite you into 5 breaths or so of relative stillness here with muscular engagement. Hands and knees pull together. Tailbone reaches through the heel. Lift the navel, heart soft, ears in line with shoulders. Send movement of energy. Up and back, down dog. And take your time. any way that befits you in the moment, and pause in a forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you like. Shake your hands out. Shimmy your shoulders out. Give your head a little nod or roll around. Bounce your knees. Empty out. Empty out. And we'll take a few breaths here to hug or massage. Hold anywhere that feels good for you. Elbows for more shoulder release, head for more spine release. And just wrapping around the legs, more hamstrings, or again, massaging anywhere. A few more breaths, listening inward. What is needed? Hug feet to earth strongly, muscles to bones, or fly up, push into the earth at the top. Inhale, stretch the arms tall, and lift and lengthen up out of the waist. And let's take a side bend, turn your face down. Inhale up, and over side bend, face down. As we come back to center, I'm going to interlace palms, flip them around, press them up to the sky, and again, side bend, face down. Notice the difference. And then inhale up, Kali Mudra. First finger extends. Squeeze your head and head with your shoulders and upper arms. Inhale, inhale, squeeze, 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 and lift. And exhale, we're going to throw down the arms, the jaw, the voice. Let it all go. Everything nice and fluid. All right. And then just take pause for a moment. Find Tadasana, strong mountain. Feet strong, connected to earth like a mountain, and being in that earth energy, lifting up tall, arms reaching out in anatomical neutral here, but even activating them a bit. So we're continuing to create kind of a mountain shape here. Lift in, reach through the head, ears back over shoulders, back over ribs, back over hips. Steady in center. Feeling the breath spiral around the center of life, spiraling around the center. And notice how that's showing up on all layers in the body, energy, psyche, thoughts, feelings. How this shows up outside the body, breezes and sprinkles and storms and fires. How it shows up in the wider world. Disagreements and happenings and deconstruction and reconstruction and protest and activism and people making big decisions and the uproar, the time to roar, and the time to reflect. We know when we're steady in our center, we know what is needed, what our part is. And that steady center is always there waiting for our attention. The more we practice visiting, the more available it becomes. Let's play a little bit. From steady center, feet as wide as your outer hips, so they're nice and strong. And then check in with your feet, maybe give a little wiggle or rock side to side, inner and outer ball, inner and outer heel, rooted, side or out. of the foot also engaged, rooted. And so you're supporting with that the lift of your arches. So nice, strong legs. And with that, hip points, the bones on the front of the hips, middle hip toes in alignment. We're going to look to keep this all very steady down low and become gonna and begin to swing your arms like they're big old wet heavy noodles cooked nice and al dente, and let them just kind of bang gently, but as they will, into your kidney and adrenal area. This will be stimulating immunity, stimulating energy. Legs stay strong, upper body spirals. Again, working with that fluidity in the spine. You could keep both arms swinging in this direction, down low, or you could take the front arm across the chest so it hits right around the bottom of the collarbone out by the shoulder. This is an energy production area in the body. You can also kind of massage that area for energy too. So do what's right for you. I would say that this one's a little more stimulating than the one we started with. Let that back arm flow all the way around though, so it's really getting in that area of kidneys and adrenals. These practices are more from Chinese medicine, so they'll show up in some martial arts practices, Qigong, Tai Chi, Shaolin stuff. So you can stay with this if you'd like to deepen the churning, core cleansing and core activation. Then I invite you again with those nice wide, strong legs. For some reason, want to step a little wider there. Maybe you do. Again, we're going to keep center strong. We're going to punch and grab out to the side with the exhale. Pulling as you come back, punch, grab, pull back. Sorry. It's kind of big next to the beehive, so I'm staying extra alert as I'm being extra active. Yeah, I'm gonna slow down now because I think the bees are hating it. You could keep going if you like. I'm gonna come back to the gentle version to let them know I'm not attacked. A few of them that checked in on me there got real close to my face, like, what? As you probably see all these flitting by them directly in their path to my neighbor's gloriously abundant garden. And we'll slow it down. Play as you like or come back to your mountain. Root down, lift up, engage muscularly, feel your strength and your steadiness. And with that, maybe you can still sense that vinyasa, that movement of breath and energy that's happening in the relative stillness here. Echoes of your efforts. Again, please stay resting as you like, or when you're ready, come on back and step the feet as wide as your mat. If you haven't, you may want to turn your mat sideways. And let's turn heels in and toes out. So the toes are pointing towards the outside corners of the mat. and we'll warm up into the hips a bit more here. So press your thighs wide, sink low into your seat as you keep the spine tall. Sinking down, finding that grounding energy of nice wide-legged stance and hip opening. That is with middle knees, middle toes in alignment. And then as you're ready, maybe we add the arms, stretch up, and you could stay down low and exhale. Again, big strong breaths, lion's breath, or you could inhale, exhale as you come up. Inhale down, pulling breath in, exhale, getting big there. And take your time, excuse me, the next time that we come down, and that may just be cleared because we've had turning blue. Not forget that we're in our own bubble. Press right thigh wide with your elbow. Bend over. Big inhale there, and as you exhale, come on through center, other side, press. Stay a couple breaths for first one. Sinking low and stretching out, pull the breath into the butt that long. And follow your step. Now, inhale the stretch. Exhale the transition. And take your time, stay and play with that. Or when you're done, come on down. Maybe let's just take a little pause there. First, elbows to thighs, seat low, spine long, soft jaw. A little sidle in. Stay there as you like, or bring hands to where your elbows were. Press wide, lengthen the spine, seat back, heart. Inhale, and as you exhale, press left thigh, pull navel back, over that right shoulder, squeeze your breath out. Inhale, open center. Exhale, press and spiral. Let your breath lead. Let's go again each side. Take your time. Once you're even, inhale, open center, sink it in. Inhale, shine it out. Superstars. Again, strong core, long spine, breathful body. Shoulders are tired, arms higher, let the shoulders relax. Feel your feet strong on the earth. Pull up and in with the feet, drawing that earth energy in to vitalize your body. And really imagine, if you will, the sky, the heavens pouring down through your arms, washing through you, washing anything away that is no longer serving you, to become composted into the earth. You're a child of the universe, whole, perfect, beautiful, ever healing, changing, renewed cycles of life. Yes. Feet strong, legs strong, all musculature hugged in and up at the knees, bouncy, relaxed. And following the exhale, flow the arms down, clasp the hands behind you, squeeze your shoulders on the back, lift your heart, hug the earth with your feet like you're pulling them towards one another, and spin the thighs back as you reach the heart forward and bow in. Again, squeeze the palms if you're able, lift them up to the sky, and then overhead towards the earth. You can always use hooked thumbs or clasp or grasping onto a strap here if the clasp of the hands is not accessible. Keep a tiny bend in the elbows so they're not trying to take the stretch for the shoulders here. And work those hands again up and overhead to the floor or the earth. Please stay with that as you like, or flow the arms down. You could give yourself a little leg massage on the way down. At the bottom, you could hold your feet or walk the hands back behind you, drawing the spine long, relaxing your neck, bowing into yourself. Yes, I am feeling earth body, sky body. Please stay steady there as you like, wiggle it or dance it, or maybe walk the arms on over to your left leg. Hold the left hand around the front of your cuff, right? So if we're walking to the left leg, that's the right hand around the front of the ankle, and the left forearm behind that calf. And you can bend that knee as needed and reach your chest towards the thigh, hug in. At the same time, keep those feet equally active and pull that right hip up and back so your sacrum stays level. Relax the neck. Stay with that, or take the back hand and walk it on the earth up overhead carefully and not looking. So hopefully there's not any yellow jackets, and pull on the earth and your left ankle with that right hand to spiral deeper into an inverted twist. Emptying out. Following the inhale to unwind the long spine. Of course, shake the knees out or play with the feet as needed to just kind of reset here. And of course, you could stay and play with any of that, whatever's most beneficial for you here, or we're going to dive back in. Walk the arms over to that right leg, left hand around the front of the ankle, right forearm behind the calf. Pull that left hip up and back as you reach through that left elbow. Bend the right knee as much as you need to. Hug into that thigh, relax the neck, and breathe here. Stay as you like, or use that right arm on the earth up overhead. Walk and spiral yourself into a twist. And pulling out of your hips. Please stay with that as you like or unwind, laying out in center, shake it out, and you could just step through to a seat, or you could move through a vinyasa and way to a seat. And take pause in any easy seat, again, maybe giving yourself some support. And of course, that could be more of a stretchy, challenging seat if you like, or virasana, legs stacked, whatever is right for you. We're winding our practice down, a shorter active practice on Fridays here. And I'll press into the earth, lift through the heart, spine floats back in space, sense into your alignment. Sure you feel supported so that you could be undistracted by your seat. And then allow your eyes to close and the awareness to drop inward. What energy is present for you right now? What energy do you want to be present? You could play with any of the practices that so far, or Natyodana. First two fingers come to the third eye center, middle of the forehead. Press in, ears back over shoulders. Curl the pinky and ring finger in together towards that left nostril. Exhale the breath out first, and then close left nostril, inhale right. At the top, pause, close right, exhale left. Inhale left, close left, and exhale right. And this is a balancing breath, alternate nostril breathing, intentionally inhaling the same side you exhale, and then closing, exhaling opposite side. Intentionally balancing out our biorhythms and the pattern of the breath. Throughout the day, one nostril will be more dominant. And if that's right, usually we're more energized. And if it's left, usually we're more calm, sometimes lethargic. And so here we're intentionally balancing out the energized state with a calm state. If you're choosing to go one way or the other, rather, that's up to you. And otherwise, we'll be doing this for about 2 minutes to balance out the energy body here. It takes about 2 minutes of most practices to shift the physiology. So with this, at your pace or your choosing. Please continue with this alternate nostril breathing with the hands as you like, or maybe experiment without the hands. See if you could do the same thing. Breathing in one nostril, pause, out the other. Breathing in that same nostril, pause, out the other. At any point, release any efforting of the breath and rest in seated meditation or in Shavasana in open awareness. And simply notice the energy that's present, the vitality and inspiration that are present, and the work that you did in the body mind today to shift your physiology, to nourish your life force, your immunity, deepen your connection to center, steadiness, listening, and knowing what is needed. And I invite you to stay in this seated meditation, in spacious awareness, or in Shavasana, in spacious awareness as you're able, or as you desire. I'll be leaving you there. If you have time concerns, set an alarm for yourself. Just being, just be until inspiration beyond thought moves you. Namaste, beloveds. Thank you for your presence in your practice.